And now, Fight Club, it's time for your main event of the evening. Scheduled for 3 rounds, 2 of the best battlers, both former champions. Fight Club, are you ready for your main event? All right, introducing first the worst female comedian in New York City. It is Drevyanko! What's up, Drew? How are you doing? Former Fight Club champion. How you feeling tonight?
I feel great, man. How are you? These mics do feel low. Now I get it, yeah. Now I feel good. I'm excited.
You know your opponent?
I do. I like Jill. We're friends.
We have actual friends facing each other at Fight Club. It's going to be a good battle. We're going to meet his opponent, the first woman to ever hold the Comedy Fight Club championship. She looks like she has orgies with her cats. Jill Weiner! What's up, Jill? How are you feeling tonight?
I feel pretty good, Matt. How are you?
Good. So this fight's going to be 3 rounds. They're going to do 4 jokes tit for tat in the first round, 4 jokes straight through in the second round, 4 jokes tit for tat in the third. We'll go to our judges for commentary between the rounds. We're going to wait to pick a winner until the end of the fight. Does that sound cool? You guys, you ready to see your main event?
Yeah.
No, Fight Club, more energy than that. Are you ready to see this main event?
Yeah!
Which one of you guys wants to go first in round 1?
I don't care.
Drew's going to go first. Jill's going second. 4 jokes tit for tat. This main event starts now.
Round 1. Fight!
All right. A lot of people make fun of Jill for being old, but I would never do that, because I respect my elders. I imagine Jill's vagina is like a Nintendo 64. You have to blow the dust off to turn it on.
Very true. Let's see. Keep it going for me on stilts, huh? It's like father versus son up here. Let's see. Drew Drevyanko has the name of a professional masturbator, which, take it from me, my last name's Weiner. So, really sputtered to an end there.
People do say Jill and I look alike, which either means she looks like a dude or I look like a really old dude. I'm sure.
Keep it going for this tall drink of dweeb, huh? Drew grew up in Pennsylvania and he always felt out of place until that adorable Amish couple hitched him to their buggy.
Jill worked at a Hollywood video in college. And just like a VHS, no one's taken Jill home since 1998.
Get over here!
18 was a great year for me. Let's see. I can't tell if you're just one really tall loser or 4 virgins in a trench coat.
When Jill was 19, she worked as a bartender. And I thought it was illegal to serve alcohol during Prohibition.
Oh, thank you, Janet Reno. Drew and his girlfriend have a great relationship. They communicate really openly. Anytime she wants him to go down on her, all she has to do is yell, "Timber!"
Perfect.
One more time. Give it up for round 1 of this main event. And we're going to go to our judges. You can say who you think won the round, who you think is winning. We're going to pick an overall winner at the end. So we'll start with Joe Walkowski. What do you think of this round?
Great round, good jokes on both sides, and man, you guys really look alike. There is a mother-son vibe here for sure. I really loved your jokes, but I kept thinking wow, I'm really glad they're spending time together. Can't wait for round 2. Keep them coming, guys.
Maddy Smith.
I think Drew's a little ahead. It's neck and neck. Okay, but Drew's taller, so it's, neck and crotch. All right. We'll see what happens. Looking forward to round 2 between you guys. First day of college. That's what this feels like. Uh-oh, mom's gonna cry. Oh my God, he's going to Penn State. He's majoring in film. Loser. Got him. Okay,
All the
moving
schools to pick. Okay. JP McDade.
Good first round. I am a little thrown off still from Justin Lanza's address from before. I feel like when he got up here to start talking to the crowd, it looked like he was going to give us a safety demonstration for whitewater rafting.
Listen, I know we're all really eager to get gnarly, but there's a few things you gotta know about your life vest.
Got to clip into your PFT before we get started.
Get on that nar.
But good first round. I do agree that Drew is a little bit ahead. I do like that Drew called Jill old, and then she hit him with a reference about Janet Reno from 1996.
That's right.
Got him right back, fresh out of the, goddamn, SNL writers' room, 1996. But I wish I had a better joke.
Got him.
Mike Feeney.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, finish your thought.
No, I'm done. Drew's slightly ahead.
Okay. No, I thought that was the best battle of the night so far in terms of rounds because both sides, had jokes. And I want to say, Jill, you do look like you're gonna write a blog about how the diversity of this judges table is problematic. But. And fucking Drew, you look like if JP McDade was in the Black Keys. So, because you look Google the fucking image. He looks exactly like the drummer. But I do think you were smart, man. You came out, you hit the Nintendo 64 reference, you hit the VHS reference. You know the audience. You know it's just a bunch of nerds, and you fucking hit it, and you're doing a good job. And I think that was great. But yeah, I'm excited for the next
round. Has a normal
round.
Adam's apple.
Yeah, both. Top 5 Adam's apple I've ever seen because you don't have one. So I think you might be a woman. But great round. Great round.
We are going to go to round 2. Fight Club, how are you feeling? Are you ready for round 2 of this main event? Before jokes straight through, we're going to start with Jill Weiner. Fight Club, round 2 starts now.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay. It's just so great to be here with Holocaust survivor Paul Bunyan. So thin and tall. You look like you were the best basketball player before the game was integrated. And, right? Drew actually does love to play basketball. He's got a lot of passion for the game. He puts a lot of skin in every time he plays because of his eczema. And I gotta say, I do love standing next to you because it makes me feel so petite. I imagine how your dick must feel, just like a grain of sand. Drew's favorite sex move is choking himself with his binoculars.
All right, Jill. Jill, you look like you say cool beans after you come. Jill has been a part of the LARPing community since she was a teenager. So I guess old hobbits die hard. In her LARPing fantasy world, Jill plays a goblin princess who hasn't hit menopause yet. I actually think LARPing is the perfect place for Jill to find a boyfriend because no one can see her face under all the armor. Okay.
Give it up for almost all of round 2. JP McDade, what do you think of round 2?
Another good round. I was willing to say that Drew had expanded his lead a little bit until those last 2 clunkers clunked home, and so I think it's still anyone's battle. I still haven't figured out if Jill is wearing those jeans ironically or not. It's almost impossible, and the nurse shoes don't help matters at all. But another good battle. I think I also like that Jill after her turn kind of looked to Drew and did a little look like that as if, oh, it's your move, bitch. So that was cool. Good second round.
Awesome. Maddy Smith, what do you think of round 2?
JP, we know that Jill looked at herself in the mirror and was like, oh, fuck yeah. No? All right. Well, the shoes look good. Okay. Oh, my gosh. What a fun round. This is a part where we don't say anything, right? We just say, uh-oh, it's getting close.
The first 2 weeks, we just don't like that everyone's like, oh, let's just vote for this person to go to round 3. And you haven't figured out how not to vote in a main event yet.
I like the system.
I like the system. Yeah, we like DJ Charlottesville. Okay, let's say you're both doing great.
Okay. Joe Walkowski.
Love seeing these two up there in these outfits. It looks like a fashion show for the Jerry Seinfeld collection. Now available at Kohl's. Ah, fuck me. You did say Holocaust survivor Paul Bunyan, but I like to think if Paul Bunyan was in the Holocaust, no way the Nazis would let him survive. Just an idea. Okay, thank you. Keep it going. Can't wait for round 3.
Joel, doesn't he look like he would have more ideas for the Nazis, actually?
Why
Mike
don't we just
Feeney.
pet the Jews really, really hard?
Mike Feeney.
Yeah, I do agree that I don't think Jill looked at herself in the mirror and said, nobody wearing gray socks has ever been like, fuck yeah, I got it. That's a person who's in need of help. But I will say, that fucking line that you had with the binoculars, I'm like, I don't know if that's what you're going for, but this dude just looks like a bird-watching son of a bitch. And it is so fucking funny, and I can't unsee it, and I fucking love that joke, and I'm excited for the last round.
Fight Club, are you ready for the final round of this main event? It's going to be 4 jokes, tit for tat. We're going to start with Drew Drevyanko. Round 3 starts now.
Right. Jill and I have both worked in a record store, but Jill did it before it was cool in 1935.
It's funny that you brought up where I used to work, because Drew actually works on Wall Street as the Freedom Tower.
Perfect.
Jill lived in San Francisco, where she rooted for the 49ers. Not the team, just the other people in her age group.
Drew takes spin classes with his girlfriend and estrogen pills daily. Fun fact.
Jill was ghosted recently, but she doesn't like using that term because it's offensive to other people who are hundreds of years old.
Oh, yeah!
You guys might recognize Drew as that asshole who stands in front of you at concerts.
Jill used to take acid and trip a lot. But now when she trips, she has to hit the life alert button around her neck.
Drew's mother is a special ed teacher, a career she chose after Drew was born and lived.
He's on fire!
Fight Club, give it up for your main event. We'll start with you guys. Do you think the winner of this fight is Jill Weiner? You guys waited until I pointed so you knew which one was which, right? Or is the winner of this fight Drew Drevyanko? That was pretty close. We'll go to our judges over here. Joe Walkowski, who do you think wins this fight?
What a battle. Great jokes on both sides, all 3 rounds. I like how Drew had like just a little bit of a theme. Every joke for each round was like, all of the rounds were kind of on a topic. So for that, plus the life alert joke, I will go with Drew. By nose.
1 vote for Drew Drevyanko. If we tie with the judges, we'll come back to the audience vote. Try and get a little clearer of a vote. Maddy Smith, who do you think won this
I'm
fight?
gonna go. I think Drew edged it out a little bit. It might be the height. Okay, we love tall guys, but Jill was great too. Overall, good battle. Give it up for these guys. Yeah. I'm tired.
Another vote for Drew Drevyanko. JP McDade.
Good battle. I thought the joke about a tall person at a concert was over the line. There's certain things you don't joke about, okay? Yeah, really, it's hard to pick this one. I think Drew benefited a little bit from going second, but he did have a lot of like really nice counter punches throughout the battle that like really swayed the crowd. You committed to the theme on this last round, and I thought it paid off in the end. Like it got off to a little bit of a slow start, but then it paid off. But Jill, you had some good jokes in that round too. Where does it stand right now?
It's 2 votes for Drew.
It's 2 votes for Drew. I'm gonna give 1 to Jill.
1 vote for Jill Weiner. 2 votes for Drew Drevyanko. Mike Feeney.
I thought that was a fucking awesome battle, and it's super close. I also think you guys are talking about the theme that he had. His theme was just old jokes. He had 15 super old jokes. That's not a theme that's just got a one note. But I think that Jill she came back fighting. So I honestly would like to see one more joke. So I'm gonna give my vote to Jill as well, because I hope it's whatever.
We can go to the audience, unless the audience wants to see one more joke. Fight Club, do you want to see one more joke?
Sorry if you didn't have one.
Do you guys have a joke? I should have asked you before I asked the audience like that. Yeah? That wasn't very confidence-inspiring, but okay. Fight Club,
I got a joke.
You clap for it, so if it's bad, it's on you.
Simultaneous freestyle raps on the count of 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
We're going to go to overtime. We're going to start with, who started last round? Drew started last round. We'll start with Jill Weiner.
Okay.
Drew's going second. Overtime starts now.
Great. Drew, I don't know why you would want to do stand-up when everyone wants you to just sit down.
Well done.
Jill is from Atlanta. I would say she's a Southern belle, but no one's given her a ring.
Go!
Can we do something about these awkward walks after the round?
No, I want to hear all of Matt Maran's footsteps.
Well, then you're in luck.
You just emerge like it's an off-Broadway play. Begin Act 2.
It's over now.
I guess we'll start with the judges over here. After overtime, you can judge it based on the overtime. You can judge it based on the whole battle. We'll go to JP last because that tall joke, I saw how it affected you.
I have PTSD.
Mike Feeney.
I just want to say, as a whole, I mean, Jill, clearly, obviously, won. But I will say that I thought that it was a great battle. You both had great shit, and you're both fucking awesome. So I was happy to witness it. But yeah, obviously, Jill, the last one.
One vote for Jill. Joe Walkowski.
You're both great. 3 great rounds, but hey, overtime fucking counts. Jill Weiner, all the way.
Another vote for Jill Weiner. Maddy Smith.
Jill's joke was better. Drew's joke would have been great if the audience was all dads. Okay? That's a dad joke. So that you got a bright future. Jill might be a dad too. Okay, you never know. But I'm going to go for Jill just because of that last one. Sorry, Drew. Okay, he's going to
Another
cry.
vote for Jill Weiner. 3-0. She's got her out. JP, you can vote for the tall guy.
I've kind of voted to get a one more joke situation. I thought it was a pretty much dead heat throughout the battle. I thought most of both of the jokes in the last one were kind of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel-y. But you guys were both good throughout. I think because of his early lead, I got to give the slight edge to Drew. I think Drew wins the battle.
So there's one vote for Drew. The other 3 votes go to Jill. So winner of this fight, Jill Weiner!
Perfect.